Now, another thing, what dharma does to a normal person. A dharmic person is the one who is always introspective by nature. He tries to see, am I doing things all right? Is it correct? He doesn't allow his mind to justify wrong things. That is one of the signs of a real dharmic person. He may not be a sajo, but he will ask himself, is it right or is it wrong? It is introspection which gives you an awakened conscience which tells you this is wrong. Now, we have to understand that these problems also exist within ourselves, on our Visuddhi chakra. If we have to keep our Visuddhi chakra all right, we have two sides, as you know, is the left and the right. So the right side is the Visuddhi chakra, which is speaking, which is talking about dharma, which is on the aggressive side, we can say. Now, those people who are aggressive, who talk in an aggressive manner, who are, say, trying to dominate others by their talks, are the people who are right-sided. The voice of a sajogi should be sweet, like that. When you talk to someone, it should be melodious. It should not be aggressive at all, but on the contrary, it should be melodious. It should not be sarcastic. It should not hurt another person. Any word that hurts others cannot be coming from the proper type of right Visuddhi. So in no way one should hurt. You can use the same eyes for showing your temper and getting angry. Many people use eyes for controlling others. They'll put their eyes like this, stare at someone, try to control. They may use their eyes also for condemning someone. Also sometimes they use sort of spit at someone or try to show the tongue to insult someone. So in the behavior also, we must have a kind of a sweetness. It's the sweetness, the melodiousness, the rapport should be so sweet that that rapport should create tremendous joy and tremendous happiness. As you have heard the song of Baba Mama's, On My Eyes, only I looked at him, I says with that glance, that generated that beautiful music in him. So as far as possible, try to put your eyes on the greenery, that's the best. Then it soothes down, and also you develop the soothing quality of the greenery. I always tell people that better see the greenery around, how it soothes your eyes. In the same way, you should try to soothe the other person when you talk to that person. The person must melt. Instead of that, if you start arguing and fighting with that person will never melt. On the contrary, you will be adding fire, more fire to that. But there are two types of diplomacies. One is genuine, one is artificial. In the genuine diplomacy, you do not have to take to a certain standard, or you don't have to read some books to know what is diplomacy. Genuinely it comes to you. The whole thing works very sweetly, in such a genuine manner. I have used it many a times myself, and you all can use it also many a times. That's only possible if you don't get angry with someone. Not possible if you are angry. The diplomacy is not convincing anybody with his intellect or by temper or anything, but it is to melt away another person by your goodness. by your good words, by your sweet works, by your forgiving nature. So this quality of right Visuddhi you should have is to talk to others and melt them. So for us it's important not to feel guilty about it. We are all Sahajogis. How can we have guilt? After all, when we are the spirit, spirit cannot have the guilt. So this guilt has to go away. But by guilt, what do? What we lose is the witness power. Because when there is a guilt, we put it here, the guilt is there. But we cannot see, we cannot witness what's wrong. And we do not want to face our mistakes or the difficulty we have. Just put it as a guilt here, finished. It's stored up there nicely, guilt. But we do not want to face it. For example, a man, say, or a woman, is very cruel by nature. Then suddenly she realizes that she has been cruel about it. So she puts it down there, oh, I've been very bad, I've been very cruel, this thing, that thing. But she doesn't face it. Facing means she should know, why was I cruel? What was the need for me? I should not have been cruel. And now I will not be cruel anymore. That finishes all. But I'm very guilty about it. I'm very guilty about it. Doesn't help. On the contrary, you know what are the problems are. But I've seen people, they write to me 10 pages of their confessions as if I'm a priest, Catholic priest, you see. All about what they have done, this they have done, and I don't want to read it. Just throw it or I burn it off. So they try to, there's no need to confess. There's nothing to say. And not to dwell upon what wrongs you have done, but now enjoy what you have. So this guilt business has to be given up completely. You should not be guilty. Guilt is put into it. Somebody can say, oh, you are so bad, you didn't do this for me, you didn't do that, or something like that. They put ideas. Then you start feeling, oh, I should have done this for them. It was wrong on my part or something. And then the guilt starts. Instead of doing something for that person, or instead of understanding that it's all nonsense, they go on brooding on that, and then suddenly they find they are in the trouble of getting possessed or being affected by black magic. So one has to forget it and get into the atmosphere where you know that you are now in the kingdom of God. And after Sahaja Yoga, after enlightenment, all the subtleties of the brain and the knowledge starts manifesting and expressing itself. But the greatest thing that happens, that integration takes place in your brain. It's not that your heart wants one thing and your brain wants another thing. The integration takes place, and when that integration takes place, it's so easy to lead a very dharmic life. Even without thinking about it, without reading about it, you just become dharmic. You are not to be told that you have to be dharmic. Innately, you become dharmic because your brain, which normally is used for rationality, for justifying all that is wrong, becomes dharmic, becomes divine. This you can get very easily if you just meditate every day and see for yourself how the expression of your sahasrara is penetrating into your being and is acting in your life. Then all the powers of Sahaja will be manifested, and you don't have to anymore doubt yourself, and others will never doubt. May God bless you.